Going on, trade engineers, this is Rob MV3 Trader with another video to help you unlock the master trader within. Alright, so getting right into this video. This one comes by request. My last video I talked about, my previous video I talked about AMP futures, the broker AMP futures, and I did mention that, you know, if anyone was interested, I would talk about how to place trades on TradingView, and someone did show interest in it, so this is what I'm going to talk about. Alright, so with all of that being said, let's get right into it, and let me go ahead and switch over to my trading window here. All right, and so like I said earlier, what we're talking about today is I'm going to show you how to trade on TradingView, as you will see in the title and all of that good stuff. So without wasting any more time, let's jump right into this. All right, so in order to be able to trade, so if you're not familiar with TradingView, TradingView is a charting platform where you can, you know, look at charts for stocks, futures, forex, Bitcoin. I guess I'll probably also CFD, any of the financial instruments within the financial markets, or you can bring up the charts for any of those instruments, right? You know, you also have a lot of other things, like they have a community where you can talk back and forth with the community within TradingView. You can share ideas. There's a lot that you can do within TradingView. It'd be a dope course to actually create. I'm gonna keep that one for a mental note. But anyway, what I'm going to talk about on this one is how you would trade within TradingView. So TradingView is not a broker in and of itself. It's just a platform. But certain brokers do allow you to place trades within the TradingView platform. I see most people that use TradingView to place trades on is forex traders, and I think like a lot of forex brokers, they use TradingView, like the base of the platform, as their core trading platform. All right. So in order to be able to trade on TradingView, if it's not like the default for your broker, what you're going to need to do is, one, you're going to have a broker that allows you to trade, and you're going to need to link your broker to TradingView by just signing in to your broker through TradingView. All right, so I'm going to show you how to do that first, and then we'll get into the rest of it. All right, so I mean, there's several ways you can do it. The way we're going to do it is we have if you go over here to the right, to this right side of the screen, where's my pen tool? That'll help things out a little bit. Let me get my pen tool out real quick, real fast for you. All right, so if you go over here to the right side of the screen, you see we have some options. Let me go ahead and mark that out. All right, over here in the right side. So what we're going to focus on the trade is this little section right in here. We want to focus on that section right there. All right, so the one we're going to open up the trade panel. This is the order panel. If you hover over anything within TradingView, it'll show you what it is. So we're going to hover over this right here, and you see we got the order panel, and also this is the DOM. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the order panel, and it shows you that before you can place orders on this thing, you need to connect to broker, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and click connect. All right, so like I mentioned earlier, I trade with through AMP futures, so I would connect, you know, using this right here. It shows you the other brokers that allows you to trade with this TradingView platform, right? You see they got a few of them in here. You got TradeAvate, Oanda, TradeStation, AMP. You know, that's the one I recommend. I will link the video where I talked about that about AMP futures. If you haven't seen that one before, I will link it, you know, in this video somewhere or in the description. All right, so here's all the brokers that currently, as of this time, that allow you to place trades through the TradingView platform. But for this illustration, we're just going to go to paper trading. So if you haven't started an account, or if you haven't opened an account with any broker, you always got this option to do paper trading within TradingView. I believe it comes with the free version, if I'm not mistaken. TradingView has several different versions. And if you haven't signed up with TradingView yet, I'll go ahead and leave a link in the description below as well, so you can get signed up, or you can test out TradingView and see if it's a good fit for you. All right, so let's keep going. Let's stop promoting stuff. And all right, so you also have the option to favorite the brokers that you like, and you see what'll happen is it'll move your favorite ones to the front. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and connect to paper trading. I'm gonna go ahead and minimize this. We'll talk about this section later. All right, so now that we're connected, now we look over here to the right and we see that we have our order panel. Okay, and basically this order panel, this will be the panel no matter what trades you make, you'll be trading from this order panel. All right, it'll come up in different versions or different we'll see it as we continue on with the video. So basically there's three ways that you can trade on TradingView, right, after you connect with your broker. Okay, so the first way is what we're doing right now with the order panel, and so I'm just going to walk through top to bottom of the different features here. So at the very top, it'll show you what you're trading. So right now I'm on the E-mini NQ, which is the NASDAQ futures. We got this little sprocket here. It gives us some more options, so I can undock this, and if I undock it, I can move this around. If I want to move it to another location, I can move it around within this window. I can't take it to another window or anything like that. You see, if I try to drag outside of the window, or if I try to minimize this window, you can also see that I still can't drag it outside of the window. So it's going to stay outside of the window, but if I just want to have it in a better location, then and make some adjustments to it, then I have that option to do it that way if I undock it, right? So we're gonna dock it back to the right just to make everything simple and easy. All right, so next to that settings button, we have this option here to cancel. So if you have some orders that you place, you can cancel it. You can click this button right here to cancel it. There's more ways to do that. This is one option out of the many. Also, we have the bid and the ask up here. So this shows you the bid. You can, we sell the bid, or you can buy the ask, and it shows you the spread between the two, right? And the whole purpose, real quick, I gotta mention this. The whole purpose, like usually I make these videos over the weekend, but since I am showing you how to trade on TradingView, and TradingView doesn't really have a simulated TradingView doesn't have a simulated backtesting feature like with Sierra charts or with NinjaTrader or with Thinkorswim. So it only made sense for me to make this video during the week, during the live market, and right now it is 12:51 p.m. Eastern time. So I got plenty of time to go ahead and make this video. All right, so the bid and the ask, right, and then you have the spread right here in the middle. Let's go ahead and make sure I highlight that. All right, you have the spread right there. All right, and then you have the different types of orders that you might want to place. You got a market order. All right, so you see this is what the market order window looks like, because you're just trying to get in with your trade, whatever the price is at the at the current time. So if I'm placing a market order, then whichever direction I'm trying to trade in, I would just click one of these buttons right here. So I would go sell, and if I'm doing market, I'll be selling at the market price. This is going to continuously change until I go ahead and place the order. Or if I'm trying to go long, I'll go ahead and hit buy. Of course, that's all self-explanatory, right? All right, so the second option we have here is we can place a limit order. All right, so let's just say I want to go long at 331.25. all right, one option I have is I can go ahead and click inside of this window here, and I can type that in. Let's say 331.25. all right, and if I just click outside of that, now that it's set right there at 331.35 or 25, and it also show me how far that it is away over here from the ask, right? Because we usually buy the ask. Okay, so that's one way I can do it. Another way is I can go ahead and click this drop down, and then I can scroll to what I want the price to be. So let's say I want to change it, and I want to actually go 330 flat. I want to buy at 330 flat, right? So I can do it that way. Or if I want to sell, let's say I want to place a limit order to go long, well, I'll go ahead and click sell up here, and then I make an adjustment. Let's say I want to sell a limit at 350, and then I go ahead. This one I'm going to do the scroll down or the drop down, and you can see right there it'll show you, it's almost like a mini dome. It'll show you what the current bid and ask is and what the current last price is. So let's say I want to place a limit order to go short at 350, and we're going to click that right there, and now we're going to click outside of it and also show you how far away that is from the bid, right? So if we want to place a limit order to go long, we got to make sure first we hit the buy. Or if we want to place a limit order to go short, we got to make sure first we hit the sell, and then once we pick the direction that we're going to trade in, then we go ahead and adjust our price here. Or you can even really adjust the distance from the bid and the ask. Either way, whichever one floats your boat, right? All right, so the third option that we have is we can do a stop loss order, and the same thing. You pick your direction first. Let's say I want to go long with a stop loss at the break of 350. So I'm going to go ahead and click buy. All right, and it's pretty self-explanatory at this point. Go ahead and change my price to 3, and that shot right past that. So let's go, what we at, 348. Let's go 355, right? And it shows us the same information. And now moving down, we're gonna go with this one. I'm gonna try to hurry up before the price gets there so I can place this order. So now you can pick how many contracts you want to go, or you want to place a trade in. So we're just going to change this to, I'm gonna change it to 10. Or you can go click this little calculator over here, and you can make adjustments to the quantity by hitting the plus or minus. Or let's say I want to add 5 contracts to this order. I can go ahead and click 5, and I want to add 5 more, 5 again. I can, take it back to the default, or I can zero it out and then start fresh. So we're going to go 10. Let's see. All right. And also down here, I have options to place my take profit as well as my stop loss. In order to be able to do that, I have to first make sure that I check these boxes, and then I get the options to make changes here, right? And then below that, I'm gonna cover this in more detail in a minute. But below that, we have the time and force, right? So we got good today to a certain date and time, right? Or you can have it for the day, the week, or the month. So this one I'm just gonna put day just to keep it simple. And then you have your order, your box down here to place the order. So we click this. Once it's highlighted, you can see that it's ready to go. And I went ahead and clicked it. It said you get a message that the order was sent, and we can see on the chart where our orders were placed, right? So let's say okay, I want to adjust this order. I want to adjust it to get in a little bit sooner. What I can do is I can click this and I can drag it down, and in the order panel it'll give me the order panel will pop back up, and it'll ask me to modify my order. It asks me to confirm that I'm trying to modify the order, and I can go ahead and click modify order, and now my order has officially been placed at my new entry area. All right. Also, what we can do, okay, we can adjust our stop limit. So this is where we'll talk about these take profit and stop loss areas here. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna make a slight adjustment to the stop loss. I'm gonna move it up just a little bit, ever so slightly. Okay. Now, so let's look at this this risk reward, the stop loss and the take profit. All right. So we have pips, we have price, we have USD, and we have percentage, right? So if you change either one of these, depending on what you want, whatever your plan or your strategy is, let's say I want to change this 297 pips to 300. I can go ahead and I can put that at 300, and you can see the other boxes within take profit change as well at the same time. Also, so let me talk about what this pips is. Now, if you're not a forex trader, if you're a forex trader, then you understand pips. But pips is also synonymous with ticks, which we look at in futures. So it's the same thing. Pips is the same thing as ticks for futures. And if you're trading stocks, then it's the same things as pennies, right? Every cent. So if I'm trading Apple and I want to change it 1 penny, then whatever the price of Apple is, let's say the price of Apple is $350.45. If I want to, change that once to 46 cents, then it'd be 1 pip, the forex term. All right, so that's just a real quick overview of that, if that made sense. All right, so also if you have a particular price that you want to place your target at, so let's say I don't want to do it right up here. It's just kind of in no man's land up here. Or this is too arbitrary. I want to be a little more defined to where I want to get out. So let's say I want to place my target at 411. I can change that here. I can hit the arrows to go up and down to change the price up and down, or I can just type it in what was that, 411.25. We're just gonna go 411 flat, just for illustration purposes only. All right, go ahead, click outside of that. Now that's been set, and you can see it changed the pips, it changed the percentage, as well as it changed the USD. All right, so the USD shows you how much money, if you took this trade was filled, right? The order was filled, and you took this trade long, and it hit the target at 11,411. You will make $11,800, right? Now with the risk, we have a risk of 74 pips. You will be risking $3,700 for this particular trade right here. Also in the middle here, we have this, we can see we have this number here. This number is your risk to reward. All right, so if we hover over that, you can see it says risk reward. So this would be a 3-to-1 trade basically. All right, that's what that's saying, or 3.19 to 1 trade. Okay. All right, so that's a pretty good risk reward. Let's say we want to go ahead and make this trade right here. Let me go ahead and clear that drawing out of the way. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and modify order, and you can see everything changed and adjusted on the chart. We also got some messages over here that my order was modified. All right, so that's how you will place a trade from the order panel. Another way that you could place a trade, I'm going to go ahead and I'm gonna keep this on. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna close this down, and this other option down here, we have the DOM here, the second option over here. That would be the DOM. So we're gonna go ahead and click over that, and now you get your DOM, and you can scroll through it, and this is your typical DOM that you will see anywhere else. All right, so again, from top to bottom, you have some settings up here where you can make some adjustments. Show trade, show zero trade volume prices, right? Show prices between the bid and ask, all of that good stuff. You got a couple selections right there, and then you have the amount of the quantity of contracts that you want to trade. Since I'm talking about futures, I'm talking about contracts. So you got the quantity here. You can go flat the position there, and you can change how it shows your profit and loss with this button here, whether you want to see the PL in dollars or pips or percentage. All right, you can change that there. All right, and you can scroll around the DOM, and if you scroll out away from the center, if you look down here at the bottom, you see this little yellow timer. If I scroll away, and I'm making the DOM out of center, that's a timer to show you how long before it will recenter itself back to 0. All right, so let's do it again. If you click it, and then it'll keep it centered, it'll keep the DOM centered, no matter what you do. See, I can't even scroll or anything. On the DOM, you can also see that you have your orders that are currently on the screen. It'll show you right here on the DOM. Let me see if I can scroll up to my entry order. What is this? I got to keep moving it so it doesn't get out, so it doesn't automatically recenter. So let's say I want to change this order right here. I can go ahead and move it down. I'm just gonna move it down to 349.25. That's good enough. Just to illustrate, and you see right now this is the new. I'm trying to modify the order for this new entry to go long at 349.25. Hit modify, and you can see you can make adjustments there. All right, and it recenters itself. Also, below that, or before we get there, to the right here, we can cancel all buy orders, or we can cancel all, or to the left here, you can cancel all buy orders, and to the right, we can cancel all sell orders. Also, below that, you have the buy market for however many contracts you have. So if I change this to, let's say, the 5, now you can see I can buy 5 contracts at the market, or I can sell 5 contracts at the market. So what we're going to do to illustrate this, and this is the time and force. For some reason, I haven't figured it out yet, is it's grayed out, but there's a lot of ways to change your time and force. Next to that, when you're in a position, you can flatten the order there, or you can reverse the order, or if you just want to cancel all, you got a button down here at the lower left to cancel all orders, right? So what we're going to do with this one to illustrate the DOM is we're going to go ahead and we're going to cancel that buy order that we have. I'm going to click the little blue X right there. And so just for future reference, always. Blue is buy, red is sell. They just kept it simple and consistent throughout the platform. So I'm gonna go ahead and click yes to cancel that buy order. And let's say the market is running away from me right now, so I'm gonna panic, and I'm gonna go. Don't panic, by the way. And this is don't ever panic. If you find yourself panicking in trade, don't take the trade. Anyway, but for illustration purposes only, I'm gonna panic and I'm gonna hit sell 5 at the market, and I'm just gonna get myself into the trade. And now you can see we are short in this trade with 5 contracts, right? So we are naked in this trade, meaning we don't have any protection, we don't have a stop loss, and we don't have a target, at all, right? Which is technically you don't need to have a hard stop loss set. You can have a mental stop loss set. All right, so what I can do to put my stop loss in here is, let's say I want a stop loss at 330, right? So I'm gonna scroll up on the DOM here. I'm gonna scroll up to 330. And this is that's just an arbitrary number. I didn't pick that number for any particular reason. And I'm going to right click on the other side because we got to buy to get out. So here's one of the problems with trading with the DOM. Like you can't, if you click this to lock it, it locks it with centering the last price in the center. But if I'm trying to place an order, I'm trying to place my stop loss up here at 330. You only got a small amount of time to do that. Let's see. I'm gonna right click 330, and then I'm gonna place a stop. I'm gonna do a buy for 5 contracts, stop at 330, right? And see, now what this does is it places a whole separate order, right? So if I place this order and it triggers, then it will take me out of the my current position. It will effectively be a stop loss, but that's not necessarily the best way to do this. All right, with TradingView, the best way to do that, so I'm going to cancel that, close that out. The best way to do this is to actually adjust the order that's already in place. So the way that we can do that is you see on the chart, it shows what our order is. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna click the number here, the number of contracts, which is 5, and we highlight over that, we can see it says protect position. All right. And I'm gonna go ahead and click that, and now I'm able to add in my take profit and my stop loss. So I'm gonna go ahead and check both of these. So just to keep it simple, I'm gonna keep it like this. It's 75 ticks, and then 25 ticks for the stop loss, just to keep everything simple. That's a 3-to-1, and we're gonna put that in there. Now that's looking too tight for me, so I'm gonna go ahead and adjust this, and it's gonna bring it up a confirmation window. I gotta click modify to officially make that confirmation. I had to do that quickly. I didn't want to get stopped out of the trade, right? And also, I want a little bit more of a target. I'm gonna try to adjust this a little bit. So let me go ahead and adjust my window. All right, I just had to unlock it out of the auto, and I'm just gonna bring it down here. All right, now I'm at the modify window. I can adjust this. Now let's say I want to take a 2-to-1 trade. We're pretty much already there, but I want to make it exact. So I'm gonna go ahead and adjust my pips to make it a 2-to-1 trade. All right, and just to look at some data here, we can see that now the new target price is 11,259 and a quarter. That'll give me $4,800, and that'll be a from the last price, the current last price, that'll be a 78.37% gain, right? So we're going to go ahead and click modify. And okay, now we have our 2-to-1 trade out here. All right, so the next thing I'm going to talk about is there are some settings that you can change for this chart trading. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down here to the lower right of the chart, right in there. You see we have a little settings button right there. We're going to go ahead and click on that button, and we're going to go to settings. Now there's several ways to get to it. I'm just going to show this way. You can also right click and go to settings, but I'm just going to show it this way. All right, so once we're in chart settings, we can go to trading right here, the tradings tab, and you can see we have several options that we can make adjustments to our options to trade or on the chart. Right, so we can do show positions, and if we can click this, you can see, I'm trying to move this out over to the side here. You can see what that does, right? So that it'll show me, If it's checked, we can see what our current position is. If we uncheck it, you know, we don't see it anymore, right? All right, so you got show orders. Same thing for your orders that you have out there. That was our stop loss and our profit. And then we have the extend the line. So if we click on that, you can see what happens there. So once we have that checked, we have the lines extended to the left. If that's just what you like to see, that's for aesthetic purposes. Also, you can adjust how that line looks with this connecting line right here. With these settings here, I can, you know, make adjustment to that. I can have it as a solid line, a dotted line, and so forth and so on. So I'm gonna go back to dash. Also show executions. You can see the order, the trade. You see this little tiny arrow up here that'll show me the trades. You know, once the order is complete, it'll put this arrow where you placed an order before, right? Okay. Also play sound. So if you know if you heard that, when I placed the order, it did make a sound like a little, I don't know, like a coin drop or something. Okay, and then you got some more stuff down here, instant order placement. So this is the one I want to actually highlight, this instant order placement. So if you don't want the confirmations when you make a change, you can click this instant order placement. Also, you have real quick, you have some show rejection notifications, show the buy or sell panel. Now the buy sell panel is just over here. So it's just like, you know, this is selling at the market, which is really selling at the bid. And it shows you your bid and your ask, right? And with the spread and the amount of contracts that you are currently, or the quantity of the position that you're currently in, right? So, you know, that's the bid and the ask. And if you click on these, you will sell at the market, of course, for red, and you will buy at the market for blue. All right. So, you know, that's the buy sell buttons. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off because personally I don't use that. And then you have the same dumb settings right there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and click OK. All right, so let's say now that this trade is working out in my favor. Let's say I just want to make this, I'm going to move my stop loss down to like a break even. I'm going to go ahead and slide this down to right there. Now, typically, I haven't let go of it yet. Typically, when I let go right here, it'll ask me, you know, a modification window will pop up, but I'm going to go ahead and let go now. And you see I didn't get anything. It just automatic. It went ahead and modified the order without me having to confirm it, right? And let's say I want to go ahead and move my target. Well, this is for, you know, illustration purposes only. I can go ahead and move it that way, and I don't have the confirmations. Okay. Now, those are basically the main two ways that you can trade. You can also trade directly from the chart. So let's say I want to, you know, add up a contract here. I'm gonna go ahead and close out the DOM. Let's say if we trade back down here to 295, or yeah, 295 and a quarter. I'm gonna right click right there, and I'm gonna add a contract at that, you know, 295 and a quarter to go short. Well, I was taken out of the trade. So actually, this is beautiful. All right, great. This is great. It worked out perfectly. All right, so cool. Now say that trade I got taken out for a break even. So now let's say I'm changing my direction. I want to go long. So I can right click right here at 11,312 and 3/4, and I can go down here to trade, and I'm going to buy there. I'm gonna go long, right? And so now because I took off the confirmations, it just went ahead and placed the order there, right? And so now we can see, now I just gotta wait for it. So this is a stop order. So if the price trades up here, I get filled in. This is trading directly from the chart, is what I'm illustrating right now. All right, so let's see if we get filled. Give it a little bit of time, see if it gets filled. All right, and let's say I'm just too impatient. I can't wait. I just can't wait on it. Let me go ahead and move it down a little bit and try to go ahead and get filled. All right, see now I'm filled. I got my little sound. I got my little orders, my notifications, all of that good stuff. All right, and now I'm naked again in this position. But let's say, just for illustration purposes again, let's just say, well, actually I made a mistake and this really looks bearish to me. So I have the option also, we see this little up down arrow and we highlight over it, it says reverse position. I can click on that. It places a sell to close that position that I had long, and then it places another sell to take the same amount of contracts short, right? So from here, again, I can go ahead and place my take profit, my little 3-to-1 trade, right? I can go ahead and make my adjustments there. I can make any adjustments that I want to make to it, right? We know how to do all of that by now. I'm gonna go ahead and adjust my, actually I don't like it like that. Go ahead and put it back center. All right, and I can do all of those wonderful things within the platform. All right, so those are the 3 ways to trade within TradingView. Okay, like I said before, if I go back, and actually it's 4 ways, but you know, if I go back and I go to trading in the settings and go to trading, and let me bring up the buy sell buttons. So the options that we have to trade, we can use the order panel, we can use the DOM, we can trade, you know, directly from the chart, and the 4th option technically is we have this buy sell panel up here as well. Now let's just say this buy sell market thing is kind of useful. Let's say I want to go ahead and take off. Let me go ahead and reverse this one more time just for fun. All right, go ahead and do my stop loss again. Just for fun, we're gonna go long this time. Let's see if the market want to work with me to illustrate this idea. All right, so anyway, let's just say I want to take one contract off. So what I can do is I can come here and I can make an adjustment. Let me go to bring all the way down, right to 1. I'm gonna click this little like undo little arrow type situation right here, and so now we see it's going to do, every time I make a trade, it's going to be 1. So let me go ahead and take, I'm trading long at the moment, so I want to take one contract off. So I'm gonna go ahead and click that, and it's going to take one contract off. All right, so you see we got some notifications over here on the lower left. Also, we can see our position has adjusted. So before it was 5, we were in 5 contracts deep, and now we are in 4 contracts. Right, we are currently positioned in this trade 4 contracts. And if I want to, let's say I want to have another target sitting in here somewhere, and this is going to depend on the market participating with me in my instructional video. But let me see, I'm gonna go ahead and do another target right there for 1 contract. Also, I'm going to tighten up one of my stops right here for 1 contract. Let's see if we get filled in either one of these directions. Let me go ahead and tighten that up a little bit. I just want to see if it works out. Let me see. I have to sit back and relax and let it flow. All right, so of course the market doesn't necessarily want to. We're gonna let that sit, and the market, you know, never wants to participate with me when I'm trying to illustrate some things, you know. Anyway, so the last thing I want to talk about with placing trades within TradingView. If we go down here, we look at the bottom, the very bottom of the window. We got some things down here where it's where our stock screener and our notes and the editor and the strategy tester and all of that stuff down here. If we click on this paper trading tab, which is really it's not the paper trading tab, this is the trading panel. All right, that'll bring this up. Down here we can get some details about our trades, the trade that we're currently in, as well as the trades that we've taken today or in, you know, in the past. So this first tab here, we have positions. This is the current position that we're currently in, and you see right now we're down in this trade $340 or 400, and there we go. So now we got that stop loss that I had placed that got hit. So now we can see the position size changed. Now we're in 3 contracts, and we still got the target up here for 1 contract, and so forth and so on. If we move this, adjust this a little bit, I guess I'm gonna have to close this. All right, I'm just gonna move this up here. This is the blue line is where we took the trade. This is our entry price, and we, you know, with the details of, here's our P&L and how many contracts we are, you know, in this trade. All right, so going back to the trading panel. All right, so the first tab we got here is positions. We can see our current position there. We got the orders that we've taken on this next tab. All right, and we can look at all of them, or we can look at the working orders, the inactive orders, the filled orders, the canceled orders, as well as the rejected orders. All right, and this is just a lot of details about the trades that we have taken, the orders that we have placed. All right, so you got the history, and it just breaks down everything in terms of, you know, what side we took it on, you know, which direction we was trading in, the type of order that it was, how many contracts that it was for. Okay, and then the price that it was filled at, or the price of the order, the price that it actually got filled at, the take profit, the stop loss, the status of it, if it was filled or whatever, and the time that took place with the commissions. So when you're in your live broker, it'll show your commissions right here. All right, so let's move on. Then, okay, you also up here in these sub tabs, you have filled. You can look at it from the filled perspective as the orders that were filled, or you can look at the orders that were canceled, and you can look at that rejected, or you can look at all of them. All right, so the next one would be account summary. So this shows the summary of your account, what the account balance is, how much of that is equity, and your open profit or loss. All right, okay, next to that you got your trading journal. Okay, and this, what this is the history of everything that you did, sorted by the time that it took place. So this is your running log of, you know, all the orders that you placed, all the modifications that you orders that you modified, you know, every single little thing that you did, you know, placing trades with your trading. This is your log, your running log of all of that information there. All right, so next to that you have your account history, and this shows all the trades that took place, as well as, you know, how much you either made or how much you lost, as well as some information about it over here, right? Okay, that's the account history. This window is a window that I pay attention to the most, because, you know, it shows me the details that I want to see usually. And also you have your notification log, so all the notifications that you get when you place orders or something was rejected or whatever. If it, you know, it'll pop up over here for a few seconds and it'll go away, but if you didn't see it, you can go over here to your notification log and you can see it all right there, right? Now, on each and every single one of these windows, you have your little 3 dots here where you can adjust more things. So really this is for to adjust the columns that you can see, and, you know, it's self-explanatory. This is the options that you get. All of them are checked right now. If you go over to account history, you know, you can see all your options for the different columns that you can see, and it does that for every single window, right? Every single little thing that you did, you can get right here in the trading panel. You can get the details about it there. All right, so over here to the top right of this window, you have some settings. This is another way to select the different windows and the panels that you want to see. You can, you know, check this for the buy sell buttons, or the order panel, right? Or the show the DOM, so you can see it right there. You can either look at the DOM or the order panel. I'm gonna uncheck that. I'm gonna go ahead and uncheck the buy sell buttons. All right, you can also reset your paper trading account from right here. All right, and you got your commission settings. If you want to go ahead and say, I want to, in my paper trading, I want to include my commissions, you can adjust that by fixed, right? So for let's just say, you know, let's just say it's 50 cents, you know, the total commission. This is an arbitrary number just to illustrate the purpose. So if I do that, then it'll show me the commissions for every trade. One of these windows shows the commissions. Okay, so, you know, if you place the trades when you have that set for paper trading, it will show all of that information right here under the histories tab. And then you got a little how-to for how to use the paper trading, and then you got your trade settings, is which is what I showed earlier, and we just made a little bit more money, which is awesome. But it's a paper trading account, so it's all good. So anyway, your trading settings. All right, this is another way to get to your trading settings. Okay, let's say I want to reset this paper trading account, so I'm gonna go ahead and illustrate that right here. We're gonna go to reset, and we can change the balance. Let's say I want to test it out with a $10,000 account, right? And we're gonna go ahead and click reset. and as you can see, it'll reset everything. So you gotta click around for everything to update. I don't know why I didn't reset the history, but as you can see, everything else was reset except for the history for some strange reason. Let me go ahead and do that one more time, and let's see if it's just because we were clicked on it. Nope, still in there. All right, so it deletes, it resets everything except your history, which is interesting. I don't know if that's a bug. Sometimes TradingView can be a little buggy. It's actually been buggy for me. I've been experiencing a couple bugs, little minor bugs, nothing too significant lately. But TradingView is usually quick on fixing whatever bugs or problems that they have. So the last thing I'm going to show with this video, before I make this video 5 hours long, is how from here you can also select your broker, or you can change the broker that you're logged into TradingView with. All right, so right here you see we got paper trading. We can click this little drop down, and you see my favorites are sitting right here. Or I can go to the broker list, and once I click this, now it logs me out of the paper trading mode. Also up here, if you want some more information, if you don't have one of these brokers, if you want some more information about these brokers, you can click on this brokers page, and it'll show you some information about the commissions and the fees and the minimum deposit requirements, and the key information that you will want to know about each broker. And you can click there. There's an option to where you can click on this to learn more about each broker, right? So with all of that being said, that is going to conclude this video about how to trade on TradingView. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that was useful and helpful for you. If you found it useful, go ahead and hit that like button. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button along with that notification button so that you get notified when I post something new. I try to post a video every week. My schedule has been a little hectic, but I try to get at least one video out each week. Also, don't forget to tune in every Monday and Wednesday to Sound the Bell, where we can trade with me live, and I talk about whatever's on my mind, right? And we can if you got any questions, it's also a good place to come and hang out, and ask your questions there. Whatever questions you have, I answer it there live and Sound the Bell. So that's every Mondays and Wednesdays from 9:15 a.m. Eastern time, right, to 10:30 ish. Sometimes I go longer. I never go shorter, but sometimes I do go longer, just depending on the mood. So from 9:15 to 10:30 ish every Mondays and Wednesdays, Sound the Bell. All right. So thanks for watching. Go ahead, like I said, hit that like button if you liked it. Subscribe, hit the notification button, and I will see y'all guys on the next one. Deuces.